Welcome to today's live stream. We are making some Celtic visions using the kit that came in the materials that came in the July 2026 kit. Boom. Which we still have available for sale on our website, backtooearthcreations.com, but you can also use just whatever materials you have on hand, and that way there's no kit required, but I think the kit is a lot of fun and it helps support our business and our free tutorials and craft alongs and things that we do. So I'm hoping that I set everything correctly up for the live stream, because this is, I think, only our third Sunday morning live stream. So I'm having a lot of fun with it, though. I just want to make sure that I'm still doing it right. Am I doing it right? And we've got some coffee here. Well, hey, Sarah, how's it going? She says, hi, everything looks good. Excellent. Hey, Barbie, like good sound and everything. Bless you, baby. He blowing his nose. Just getting a little bit of coffee into the body today. I'm getting it pulled up over here on my tablet so that I can see what y'all are saying. Well, good morning, Kitsune. How's your Sunday doing you today? Okay. Bless you again. All right, so we've got a little bit of a mess on the work surface. We finished up our tie-dyes from last night. It's our very last batch of tie-dyes that we'll be making before Dragon Con. So very excited about that. I was just arguing with my husband over a couple of really expensive shoes. Aw. What kind of shoes? I'm such an enabler. Bless you, honey. So in our last live stream together here on YouTube, I'm just going to catch y'all up. We were making some wire wrapped crystals and little Mobius flowers. That the Mobius flowers were made with the same materials that came in the July craft along kits. So that's the 16 gauge 5/16 inch rings and the 18 gauge 3/16. And then I even used some of the wee bitty ones, the 18 gauge 1/8 inch, to join them together. So whenever you get your kit, you can expect to have a bag of the 18 gauge 3/16, 2 bags of the 16 gauge 5/16, this little like kind of random ring bag, but they aren't random. It's got 16 gauge 1/4 inch as well as 18 gauge 1/8 inch. And just in case, here's a screenshot that you can take. It might be, is this backwards? How do I make this not be backwards? Well, good luck. But this is the formula for making one of these. But today I wanted to show you guys how to make one of these, but with a little bit of modification. So if you've woven helm chain before, this is going to be a pretty similar experience. But yeah, so you'll have all of these little baggies of rings in your craft along kit, as well as, depending on which kit you get, by the way, it is backwards. Thank you, Kitsune. Hey, Andrea, how's it going? We have cabochons, some really pretty homemade glass cabochons that will be coming in your kit as well. But let me go ahead and just get this camera flipped on around so we can go ahead and get to work. Work, 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 work. Do, 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 do. I'm going to mute it for a sec, though. That way you don't have to hear tripod noises. Ooh, and I'm gonna indulge in my first lens wipe of the day. Oh yeah, platform goth high heels. Ooh. Hey Planet, how's it going? So, let us see. My rings are over on the other desk. I shall return. Take me home. Okay, so Randy has this big old canister of just opened rings for me because he is the greatest. Also, I'm going to go ahead and wipe your face. All right, there we go. Getting the... Is that nice and shiny? Can you see everything now? Okay. Saw the ring yesterday. I was blown away. Oh, Andrea, I'm so happy. I am so happy to hear that. Hey, Randy, may I come steal a pinch of your 18 gauge 3/16? Oh. And so Randy is keeping busy. Today he is putting together the last step of the mantles, so they will be done and ready. So yeah, this is our super high-tech way of storing rings. So are y'all weaving together with me today, or what you got going on? I don't know where to put these. Oh no, I have to just play with some crystals. All right, let me get these scooched on over. I just like playing in rocks, you guys. Crisp and clean. Nice. I was at Best Buy Geek Squad, and as soon as I got on Kick, they called me. That's a surefire way to, if you're ever tired of waiting in line, just start doing something else, and immediately you'll be ready. So these are the crystals that we were wire wrapping in our Friday live stream to make these nice little wrapped drops. And I'd gotten them as a necklace strand from Panda Hall. And I've been very pleased. Some of them, the tips are broken off of, but they're still very lovely. So I'll be right back to put these up. To say put up is a strong term. I'm just gently relocating them to a different surface for future going. Oh, that was loud. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean phone noises in your ear. There we go. Ooh, I'll finish my ice cream and then figure out what I'll craft right on. So, let's see. Mountain Mama. So, from here, I'm going to get a measure. We're going to need 1, 2, 3. So, like 3.5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, I bet if we do 14 or 15, we're going to make a segment that is 15 units or 15 rings long. I'm just separating out the open rings. Ooh, Kitsune says, I don't have the kit, so I'll improvise. Right on. If there's a crafter, there's a way. Because I actually need to take this one apart because I'd like to put in a second ring on each of these. But that's a little too difficult for me to do with it in that woven state. So I don't know, it might go into one of our super mega craft boxes that we're giving away over on our Kick live streams too. So now we have these rings here. Ooh, Andrea says, is the box you're working from still available? Yeah, it's July's box, so it'll be available up until the very last day of the month. 1, 2. And if y'all have any questions about anything, do let me know so I can try my best to be helpful to you. So there's 5, 2, 3, 4, 5 there as well. How many did we say? 15? Well, it's nice and convenient. Nice round number. Now, just to show y'all, if you're new to chainmail, to open a ring, first you must make sure that it is very blurry. So the rings come like this from either whenever we coil and cut our own, or whenever we buy them from the Ring Lord or Chainmail Joe. It's just the way that whenever they're coiled and then saw cut, which I do recommend the saw cut chainmail rings. They'll be stacked together like this, in a coil, and then whenever they cut, they come apart. So whenever I open a ring, I just bring it open about that much. And then whenever I close a ring, I do want to press the ends together just a little bit, so that there's not a little gap in between the ends of our rings. So I'm going to take that and I'm just going to set it onto our ring over here. And I'm going to put 2 closed on all but the last of the large rings that we have set up. And because if I close it without pushing the ends together, do you see how there's like a gap? Just that tiny little gap. Whereas if whenever I wiggle, I'm pressing, kind of pushing inwards. And it just closes it real nicely, and we get to go about our day. And so the length of what we're doing right here is great for a bracelet, but if you want to make a necklace, you just make it longer. So you really are just creating your own chain, and you can make it to whatever length as you like. So if you've just come in, we are prepping up a bunch of bright aluminum jump rings. The large rings are 16 gauge, 5/16 inch. It's the same size we like to use in our scale mail tops and a lot of our bigger projects. And the smaller ring that we're using is 18 gauge, 3/16. Oops. It's okay if you drop a ring. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. But yeah, you can find the kit that we're using at backtoearthcreations.com/join our club. And there's also a link on that page to where if you don't want to join the club, you just want the kit for this month, then it'll link you over to that page where you can do just a single time purchase. Which I think these are fantastic for if you want to have craft night with some of your friends. All you have to do is supply the pliers, and we've got everything else for the project. They're in the kit. Just getting those rings closed. It's not the most riveting part of the project, but I love getting all my rings and stuff prepped, getting it all set up, because then we can just go. Ooh, Andrea says if I order one now, can you send the ring in the box too to save postage? Oh, 100%. That'd be fantastic, Andrea. You're so thoughtful. Like, thank you so much. You've been great. Like, I feel so blessed that y'all put up with me. So also this small ring size that I'm using, if you're very new to chainmail, and this is your first kit or your first time weaving or something, you can make spiral chain with this smaller ring size. This is actually the same ring size that I used in one of our relatively recent, like it was in the past 2 years, tutorials of chainmail 5 different ways. And it, because we use this ring size and then, oh, Andrea, I appreciate you so much. We use this ring size and we show you 5 different weaves that you can weave with it, starting from what I would consider most beginner friendly to most advanced, using this ring size. Like, not the most advanced chainmail ever, but just out of the 5. Oh, and then we don't put any on the last one. So now we get to, I'm just going to pick this up and I'm going to close that ring. I want to have just as nice of closures as possible if I can. And then I'm going to pick up another ring and I'm going to hook it through those 2. And then we're going to close it. How many of y'all here have woven chainmail before? Well, hey, Walker, how's it going? Because this right here is a really nice bracelet as well. We're just hooking the rings through like this. Whenever I do this weave for jewelry, I will oftentimes double up on this large ring. That way it's kind of just a 2-2 chain or a 2-4 chain. And it's 2 rings hooked to 2 rings hooked to 2 rings. Whereas right now it would be, what is this, like a 1-2 or a 1-4? It really feels like there's as many different things to call chainmail as there are people to weave it. So that's okay. Today would be a good day to sun the turtles. I need to get them moved out to their outdoor enclosure so that they can be catching some sunshine. Sunshine on my turtles makes me happy. Sunshine on my turtles every day. Sunshine on my turtles. Hey, Randy. I'm gonna go bug Randy to see if he has any of these closed big rings. Do you have any of these big closed rings in that little baggie?
What's the big ring?
16 gauge 5/16. The scale top ones.
There should be. There was a baggie that was floating around with this, and that was all the closed ones I had.
Okay. I don't know what I did with it. I'm sorry. I'll find it.
Okay.
If you see it, just know I'm looking for it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna not be looking too hard because I got my own thing.
Oh, that's all right. Thank you, baby.
Yeah.
I've dabbled. I've done your Mobius flowers and spiral weaves. Right on. Those are fun projects. Let's see. Did I make this too long? Nah, look at that. There'll be a little bit of wiggle room for there to be, we'll make a little bit of extender chain and attach a clasp But whenever I'm making stuff to sell out of our booth, which right now we are in the throes of prepping for Dragon Con. Woo! Like we're getting dangerously close to Dragon Con. It's like what, 40 some odd days? Just 40 days? I don't know. But it makes me nervous. So anyways, focus. Whenever I'm making jewelry for in the booth, I'd much rather have it be an inch too long than an inch too short because it is so much easier and faster for us to trim down the length of a project than it is for us to weave to make it longer. So we always try to, with our chainmail, we always try to make it kind of larger rather than, or as large as we can manage as opposed to as small as we can get by with. So, because that way, because, you could have two people with the same size wrist, but one person prefers a tight, snug wearing bracelet and one person wants a bracelet that rolls up and down their arms. So there's no winning. Let me go look for some rings real quick. Oh, Ember's in the box. Yes, just a cursory glance over. I don't see where the rings are, so I'll just have to close some. Oh well, that okay. So now for each of these, we're going to want, for each of the little 2 rings, we're going to want 2 large closed and 4 more open. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So prepping up some more rings now. Do, 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 do. So I'm going to do a row of 14. Normally I wouldn't be closing rings that were already opened, just because it feels like counterproductive work, but they're just what I have here, and I don't know where the other rings are, so you gotta do what you gotta do. That reminds me of the episode of Futurama, like the first episode, I think, when Leela points at the workplace motivational poster, it just says, you gotta do what you gotta do. Do, 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 do. Just closing some rings. I hope y'all are having a beautiful day. It is sunny and muggy, but delightful from inside with the air conditioning. And I've got a fan blowing on me. That makes me real happy. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, look at that. 13, 14. Dog is good. I'm going to have to pull more rings out still, but this way I don't have to keep track of the count of them. I can just keep kind of rambling. Yeah, we're going to put the turtles out after the live stream. Before, we're having another live stream today over on kick.com where I'm going to be doing some leather working and some more jewelry making. It's going to be pretty cool. Like, I'm excited. Because, oh my gosh, you guys, now that this is, I'm kind of bummed that this is our last batch of tie-dye because we still have quite a bit of dye left that I'd like to use up before we move. But I just don't think that's going to happen. Oh, Andrea, oh, I have no idea. Whichever you prefer to use is the best. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Excellent. So now we're going to do 14 more. Country road, take me home. Mountain mama. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13 and 14. Excellent. Is that a Randy question? I don't know if Randy knows either. We feel so lucky when anybody buys anything off the website at all that we don't, it's, it is what it is. Oh no, my bird feeder's leaking. The hummingbird feeder. I just think that one just leaks. That bums me out. Hopefully the hummingbirds get some sips of it before it's all gone. Like, I think just credit card directly would probably be the best, just because it's not having to pass through another set of hands. It's just between your bank and our website's payment processor. But I don't have any information to back that up. Like, I'm just pondering on it. That makes sense to me. Well, hey, Pamela says, I love buying off your website. Oh, that makes me so happy. Our website has been a constant work in progress, but it works. So you gotta do what you gotta do. So yeah, so to kick this up a notch to where it will be Celtic Visions, is going to take 2 rows of 14 closed large rings. Those are 16 gauge 5/16ths. And then 4 open small rings for each of these. So like 14 sets of 4 open. Just wiggle and set it down. Yeah, I think the only things we have up on our website right now are our homemade and labradorite, like fused glass and labradorite cabochons. And then we also have a fair bit of tie-dye up on the website, though we're adding a whole bunch more this coming Friday. For our next shop update, we're doing, hopefully the new groover will get here on Monday, and we'll be able to groove some cabochons and have a groovy cab and tie-dye shop update this week, or this coming week. All right, so there's those, and now we get to more prep work, but that's okay, because if you're weaving along with me, misery does love company. Getting just a little bit more of a pinch out. More of a handful, really, but that's okay. So there's a lot of different variations that you can do with this weave as well, in conjunction with, not last weekend because we were checking out the new house in Alabama, but the weekend prior, that Sunday's live stream, I showed you all how to make this Celtic star. And so you can incorporate that in with, this has some bead links and a little wrapped teardrop and some Byzantine chain. But then I'm going to show y'all how to link together some of the Celtic stars into a pendant. Like, we'll make it not just a pendant, but like a whole necklace. So I'm just opening these. There's 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And if anybody finds yourself on the website shopping, be sure to use coupon code HAPPYCRAFTER to get 10% off of your order. Just as our thank you, to show our appreciation for you being here and helping to support our small business. Okay, so there's 5. So I'm kind of doing them in line with the big rings that they will be woven in conjunction with. Conjunction, junction, what's your function? There we go. Oh, poor Z-Dog. Has he had his morning Benny? Ooh. Well, hey, Amanda. It's going really well. How are you doing today? We will be stopping by the post office tomorrow, by the way. I'm so sorry. You'd think we'd be able to get out of the house and get to the post office more often, but it's even living in town the way we currently do, we only leave the house maybe once a week. It's our preferred method of functioning. So how are you doing today? What are y'all up to? And again, just getting them set up in line with the big rings. Z's been real itchy lately, and I think it's hurting him because like he slipped out of his cone and chewed himself real bad, like on his hip. 'Cause he's 15 years old, and he gets like these like little lumps and stuff that itch him, and he'll chew it on him till he bleeds. Well, he chewed on him, and now he's all upset. But we're doing our best we can to help him manage his distress. Ooh, and then in this heat, I avoid the post office too, making the most of the summer while hiding from the heat, right? Man, summertime is for nighttime. Like, I'll go outside after the sunset. I think I want to do some research into like moon gardens, which is like kind of landscaping with the intent of all the plants and scenery being enjoyed at night, because it's so hot outside and I get sunburnt so easily. And so it really, I'm digging the 4 o'clocks that are popping off, and the morning glories are lovely, but by 2 in the afternoon they're petered out. All right, are y'all ready to do some weaving? So I'm going to take one of our open small, and I'm going to put a closed big on it, and I'm going to hook through. I'm going to try to do this where I'm not dragging my project through my rings. Place your bets. How far in do you think we'll make it before I ruin all these rings that we set up? And then I'm going to put another ring on the side so you can see how that's stacked. And then we're going to close it. And I want these 2 rings to just kind of sit over those 2 small ones. And it's going to be a little clumsy at first, but that's okay. And then I'm just going to pick up. Ooh, here. This is not going to work out super well. Let me just scooch. Alright, don't look. If you've got OCD, this is just going to really make you upset. I'm sorry. Ooh, weaving a beaded spider? That's cool. Well, this way I've got my situation. Okay. So now we've got that layered like so. And do you see how that ring is going through all 3? So we're going to pick up. Well, hey, Penny. Says, hi, new here. What size rings are those? The large rings that we're using are 16 gauge 5/16, and the small rings are 18 gauge 3/16 of an inch. And right now I'm working on a Celtic Visions weave. Okay, so I like to do the one that's kind of opposite diagonally because now that's secured in place. And so the next ring that we're going to be adding is going to be through foomp, foomp, foomp. All three of those, nice and blurry. And then we're going to close it. Now also, this is just one of many ways to accomplish weaving the Celtic Visions weave. Do y'all have a favorite way that you prefer to weave it? Because sometimes I don't know if I'm doing something the most complicated way, but sometimes it feels like I'm doing it more complicated than it needs to be. Okay, so from here, you can kind of see that's coming to what's weird about that. Okay, there we go. Because I don't want my rings to be woven through each other. Like the big rings don't want to be through each other and the small rings don't want to be through each other. Come on, camera. There we go. And then we will just continue this weave. And so I'm going to take one of the small rings and I'm going to put a big ring on it. And then I'm going to hook through right here. And then I'm going to hook this big ring on and I'm going to close it. And then just sandwiching like that. Okay, I'm going to go let the dog out real quick. I'll be right back, you guys. And so, whoop, just like that, getting it to hold together, and I will be right back. Z, come on, baby. Let's go outside. Alrighty, I forbusted him just a little. He's so itchy. I mean, I would be too covered in fur in this heat. So I'm just going to hook this through. And it may be helpful to open the rings a little bit wider than what you might normally, just to be able to be accommodating of, that's a thick stack of the larger rings. But we do want to make sure we're hooking through all three layers. Come in and give that a nice close. Oh, he's ready to come in already. And I just want to make sure that they're all tidied up, because it's not really sitting as perfect as what I would like. But maybe we just need to give it more time. You're a miscreant. You're a scoundrel and a scallywag. Yeah. So again, putting a large ring on, hooking through, putting a large ring on the other side, and closing it. Oh, a fly came in with us. I guess we're not making chainmail. Nah, we're letting the dog out. I love y'all and I love chainmail, but I love my dog better, so. Closing this. There we go. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what flowers I would want in the moon garden. And so I'm thinking definitely moonflowers, just because they bloom at night. Like anything that's a pale flower that blooms through the night or opens up in the evening, like 4 o'clocks would be really pretty. In the Marvel of Peru, 4 o'clocks have a variant that has like it's very very crisp clear white petals with like little whoop 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 like lines in it of like hot pink. So I wonder how that would look at night. I'm thinking like white petunias, or do those close at night? Oh yay, thank you, Andrea. We'll be shipping out on Monday. Oh man, I tell you what, we have a bunch of giveaways to be shipping. Yesterday in our Kick live stream, it was bonkers. We gave away 6 prints and a super mega craft box, which just for tantalizing purposes. This is one of the super mega craft boxes that we give away. And you can hear what's in there. Oh, I kind of almost want, nah, if you want to see what's in it, you have to come to the live streams. But oh, I've been having so much fun. Well, hey Linda, how's it going? Ooh, variegated petals. Yes. Oh, we're gonna have to put some hostas. You mentioned variegation, that always makes me think of hostas, because I love their big variegated leaves. Maybe a variegated elephant ears, because I've been doing all my gardening here in southwestern Missouri. So we're going to be moving back to northern Alabama, which my very first garden was in southern Tennessee. And that was my introduction to gardening, was clay soil, heavy clay soil, no drainage. But we learned a lot. And so, ooh, night blooming jasmine. Oh, that'd be so nice, because I bet that would smell lovely too. All right, well, we're going to have to find some of that to grow. I've been seeing some like vertical format videos of people putting in like espalier jasmine, like making like lattice walls of it almost, and it looks really pretty. But we're going to have to get to know the new house and get to know the yard. I think the first garden that I'll be putting in is my herb garden. And that's because, well, I'm going to be transplanting a lot of my herbs from here. Oh, lilies. Yes. And stuff moths will like. That's a good idea. Oh, because I love watching. Is it like a hummingbird moth or a giant hawk moth or something? But loves my Thai bottle gourd blooms, which have just started blooming. We had some really late stuff getting into the ground. I've always had difficulty, it seems, balancing like having my spring garden in, and then by the time the spring garden's done, the summer garden, it's a little late to get the squash and things into the ground, because my cabbages were taking up all the space. So I don't really know what to do with myself. Though I am going to say part of the fun of gardening is I don't have to have it all figured out. So I'm looking at this, y'all, and I think I do prefer the one ring in the center, just because with the 2 rings in the center, It is not always laying the way that I want it to lay, and that's making me a little grumpy. And so, what do we do when we don't like it? I'm not going to have a meltdown. I'm not going to hit it with a hammer and go bury it in the backyard. I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to undo some of our hard work, which is fine. These things happen. Uh-oh. So let's see if I can find my closures. Because this is just a necessary part of it. Sometimes the project doesn't go like how you wanted or thought it would. So I'm just going to open that ring up. And then maybe open it up a little bit more. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness gracious. This is kind of tricky to get out of there, but we can do it. You just wiggle and tug until it comes out. There we are. Whew. Down to just the one. So if you're not using our kit, this would be a fantastic place to use a 16 gauge 3/8 inch ring. That way you can pull it off with a single ring, but it's a little bit thicker and it'll give a really cool look, I think. There we go, found the closure. I'm going to get in there and then open it up as wide as I can. Though that doesn't seem to be helpful, unless it is. Yeah, we got it out. Okay, so we only have to do that 3 more times, and then I'm going to come through and take off the extra one in between. So, oh, let's have a nice little stretch. Barbie says sometimes a good meltdown is needed. Yeah, but I don't know. It makes the coffee sweeter when I resist my meltdowns. I don't know how else to put it. Speaking of which, cheers everybody. Thank you for joining. Colink joining me here today. That I've already had like one sweaty meltdown this morning, so I don't want to overdo it. And it wasn't even that big of a meltdown. It was just like a little mini like blah 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 blah. But there we go, getting that. Oh, that one came out so nice. Man, I love it when it happens easy. There's a like a flag that I saw that had it, and normally I don't put a whole lot of like live, laugh, love stuff up in my house, but I would put this up. It says we do it not because it is easy, but because we thought it would be easy. I like that. We have a bumper sticker that I turned into a magnet on the refrigerator that says the beatings will continue until morale improves. So that's the kind of workplace hostility Randy and I tend to thrive in. And the good news is now I just have even more of these rings ready for, God bless Captain America. There we go. Ready for the next project. We'll have to check on my ladies and give them some frozen peas. It's hot out there. Oh, right on, Amanda. Yeah, we've been giving ours watermelon rind from out of the refrigerator, and they just love it. But ever since we had a groundhog move in, I've just given the whole back garden over to the chickens. And they're destroying. I figure anything that survives the chickens will get to come to the new home with us. But they're having the time of their life. Just everywhere they're not supposed to be, they're going. And I'm all right with it. I'm just watching them have a blast. I'm all for an adult tantrum. Well, hey, Joette, how's it going? How are you doing today? Just coming on around. If y'all are enjoying today's live stream, please give it a thumbs up if you're into that. And also, we have a notification newsletter that you can sign up for at backtoearthcreations.com. That way you don't have to rely on YouTube to be sending you notifications when we go live or when we have a new tutorial. The beatings will continue until morale improves. Oh, I love that. Yep. The beating will continue until morale improves. That's hilarious. Or just make it even more general, and the crafting will continue until morale improves. Mountain mama, country road. Well, hey, Steffi Joe. How are you doing today? All right, so now we have removed the rings. Having a nice little stretch break. Oh, yeah. So I did something new and different yesterday. Or all ears are ringed. So yesterday I did a new thing. Was walking on my hamster wheel, which is what I call the walking pad that Randy got me. And I put on 5-pound ankle weights, but on my wrists, and just let it pull my arms down and like swinging them. And it felt so good in my shoulders, especially whenever I took them off. Because I only spent about like 8 minutes with them on, but I think that's going to be part of my new shoulder therapy for trying to offset the fact that I've spent the past 20 years kind of Gollum crafting. And so, well, hey, Worrisome, how's it going? Joette says, just trying to stay cool. AC is broken. Have to give my dog a haircut. Oh no. Is repair of the AC imminent, or is this just life now? So doing some stretches. Don't forget to stretch, crafters. Woo! Steffi Joe says I should look into a walking pad. It is too dang hot outside. Oh my god. Um, it's a little early for me to say that the walking pad is life changing, but I know that if I stick with it, it will be, because it is too freaking hot outside. I get out there, get my chores done, and then get back into this air conditioned house as quickly as I can. But I like to train for how I want to play, and I want to be able to go, on backpacking and all sorts of stuff. So I have to do my walking, or my hamster wheel, my walking pad, and it's narrower than a treadmill. I love walking pads more than treadmills because they don't suck up all the space in a room. And the one that we got, you get what you pay for with them. So we did pay a little bit more, but this one, Randy and I are both heavy set people, and it doesn't squeak, it doesn't squeal, it doesn't stress or nothing. And it goes up to a 10% incline, which is really nice. And it goes like up to, I think, 4.5 miles per hour, which I don't need to be going faster than that. My short little legs are going. But it's really been nice because I have zero excuses not to now. And sometimes I have to remove excuses until I've cornered myself to get me to do what is good for me. But I think just the moving, like the arm swinging motion of being on the treadmill, and I exaggerated a little bit when I'm on there, really helps. It's helped with my collarbones, doing those, like, I'll press my back up against a wall and do this like rotational thing, as well as keeping the backs of my hands against the wall. I'll come up, and it's helped a whole lot. So I've got a long journey ahead of me of hopefully getting to spend the rest of my life taking care of my body and keeping it in as little pain as possible. But hamster wheel is hilarious. Well, since it's narrower than a treadmill and it doesn't have the heads up display that you can like hold on to, I have it close to a wall so I can put my hand on the wall if I'm looking at the TV. And I have a mirror down on the ground so I can see my feet, so I can make sure that I'm not having to just look at my feet the whole time. But so it's taken a little bit of practice, but it gets easier the more you walk on it. Ah, blessings from Minnesota. Well, hey, Rita Bonita, how's it going? Hanging in there, says Worrisome, and you look marvelous. Oh, well, thank you. I bathed. Not today. It was yesterday that I did the bathing, but you know, last night. That's all right. Okay, what were we talking about? I'm just gonna take a break and stretch because it hurts right where my freaking bra straps sit. So I might have to start going free range for the sake of my shoulders. Well, hey Daryl, how's it going? I should get back to work. All right, that's enough of that. We're gonna flip this around. I found a roll of 24-inch wide moving cellophane wrap from where we moved. It's almost a full roll. Do you guys want it? Ooh. Oh, Barbie. Yes. How much is it to ship? If you'll send me an email, we'll get this figured out. But 100%, because that cellophane, that would be so handy, Barbie. I'm so excited for moving. Randy and I planned where most of the trash cans are going to go in the new house last night. I tricked him, you all. It was not right of me to trick him like that. But I was like, "Hey, Randy." He was like, "Yes, baby." And I was like, "Let's play D&D." And he was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah, right now. I have the map ready and everything." And he was like, "Oh, right." I mean, it was 10:30 at night, just about it. And oh, thank you, Barbie. And so we're and I'm like, "Okay, open my tablet." And he opened it, and it was the blueprint, the the map for D&D. Was the blueprint. And it's basically, oh, well, look at what somebody just brought me.
Well, you should move your hair. So
Sorry, this is what Randy's been working on, you guys. Was it unfair of me to dupe you last night about D&D? Did you still have fun? He's never going to recover, he says. Okay, let me get this. Oh, he's doing so good on these. Is this your first one of the day?
yeah.
Whew, you only have 9 more. And then you're done, 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 done. So, if you ever have trouble, actually, you'll be done. I'll need to be coming through and doing the support chains that come down because I'll need to add, there we go. There's a little chain that goes from like either here or here that goes under the arm.
Oh yeah.
But Randy, you did such a good job. These always make me feel like such a goddess, you guys. But we're gonna have these available for sale in our booth at Dragon Con this year. And Randy's made one in just about every color. So I'm excited about that. They sit a little better when they're not, oh, like when it's got nothing underneath them. But oh, Randy, you did so good. I just love it. Oh. Okay, back to work. But yeah, so I was like, we just like played pretend like it was the Sims floor plan of a house. And I was like, okay, and then what do you do? And he was like, and then I get a soda out of the fridge and I go to the living room. And I went, wrong. You come outside and you say good morning to me. And he's like, oh, yeah, that is a good idea. Oh. Ooh, Barbie says nice, but I still like my champagne colored one better. That's fair. I really love the champagne toned scales. Yes, Steffi Joe. She says, haha, nice. Have you shared the blueprint yet? I have in our most recent vlog. I went through and showed off the floor plans and stuff and the ideas that we're having. Right on, Steffi Joe. Well, hey, Cash, how's it going? And so now, I just position, boop, 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 boop. And then hooking through like so, through all 3 layers. Now we do have a couple of different tutorials on how to weave helm chain, and I think we have one on Celtic Visions. Maybe. But I'm so excited for the new house because it's like, it's not double the space, but it really feels like double the space of our current home. And so we went through and did a whole floor plan. Do y'all want to see the floor plan? Oh, I got to put a ring on the backside. Oh, I need to behave myself because we're supposed to be doing craft along stuff today. And all I want to do is just stare at that floor plan and dream daydreams. Yay! I finally caught alive. Good. How is everyone? I hope y'all having a wonderful day. Will this live stream be available for free subbed people on this channel? Yes. Yes, it will. Because we really appreciate our YouTube channel members, but I'm not going to be pay gating stuff. And it's, you know, if somebody wants to become a paying YouTube channel member, they totally can. And we appreciate them, but it's not going to be required, you know, like to be able to participate because times is hard, yo. Like, I'd rather you spend that money on some craft supplies or something, you know, of what you would be paying for a tutorial. Let's get you to crafting. Though that being said, there are a lot of YouTubers who have really fantastic tutorials that are, you know, you have to be a paying member to watch them and stuff. And I understand and appreciate that. I just kind of survive on the generosity of strangers, for better or worse. So, thank you guys. Barbie says it's going to be cool to have living space separate from craft space. I know. Oh my God. I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited. Because, man, it's just, we're going to have a dining room table, you guys. That's going to be so nice. Oh. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I've loved how we've lived all this time, but it's going to be really nice to be able to have friends and family over and us not be sitting in computer chairs, eating off of TV trays, which is a lot of fun as well, but it's going to be really nice to be able to have the option to eat at a kitchen table. Like, ah. Joette says you are so organized. I would not even think about where to put trash cans. Well, I'm Randy's the organized one, you guys. But he inspires me. I want to be organized too. And whenever we first got together and I started hoarding, I'm just a little trash gremlin. If something's not within my immediate reach, it's almost like it doesn't exist. So, like right here, off to my, in this one room, you guys, like, let's see. In this one room, there's a trash can right here underneath the metal smithing desk and the craft desk. There is a trash can right there hanging on the edge of my beading corner desk. There's a trash can right there right next to the shipping station, and then there's my Randy, and behind that chair there's another trash can. That is the only way that there is not just accumulated garbage everywhere that I've ever sat in my whole life. I have to have a trash can within arm's reach of anywhere that I'm going to be sitting. Otherwise, your girl's got bad habits. So it's important that we have the trash cans because it just sets us up for success. And so step one, know thyself. You know, and there's things about myself that I can't change because I've tried. So if I can't change the behavior, I can change my environment to make the behavior less negative. And part of that is having an unreasonable amount of trash cans in the house. Oh, well, thank you, Cash. It says, congratulations on your new house. We haven't signed the contract yet, but we've gotten to go and visit it and get measurements and stuff. Ow, I have a splinter. Oh no. What just poked me? It's time to sand the desk again. And we're planning on starting our move in October. So that's very exciting. Barbie says, maybe I need more trash cans where the hubby hangs out. Maybe. Maybe, because I'm still really bad. I do the same thing with laundry hampers, but I still just throw my clothes directly on the floor. Like, I could be looking at the laundry hamper. Does not stop me. I am a monster. Um, but that's okay, you know? It is what it is. Peggy says, I am the same. Trash must be in arm's reach. I'm with Joette. Oh, Barbie says, I didn't see a sewing room. Ooh, well, we don't have a specific sewing room, but I will show you what the plan is. Because this desk right here actually opens up. There's like a crack in it. You can see right here. So this opens so that that would come out off to the side, and this comes out off to the side, and a sewing machine would rise up from within. Um, I don't know. I hadn't considered. We're gonna have to look at the floor plan. Points for being self-aware, right? And that's where it starts. No, you said my craft room is a nightmare. Oh no, Kitsune. What's like the top 3 most nightmare things about your craft room for you, I wonder? Maybe I'm gonna guinea pig and try to consult for you for free and be like, I love telling people what to do when I'm not involved at all. um, but free advice, do with it what you will. So this right here, this is our new craft room. Which just for scale. Hey Randy, can I come in there real quick? With the camera? He's not in there. Okay, I'm gonna go in there. So this craft room right here is the same size as this craft room, more or less. This is like a 15-foot wide room by 21 feet from there to there. And so you can see we've got like our shipping station, we've got our Randy station, that's my sculpting station, and then this is the kiln, and then just mess and storage and stuff. So now that we've looked at that, we can come over here, and in the same size room, we're not going to be having the shipping desk, though that's going to be, oh, I need to hide that layer. This is going to be where our shipping station and like inventory and stuff is, and that's actually what this layer is. I don't know if you can tell, but those are dragon heads on corks. Man, I've got like a messed up, how do you thumb up? Is that, ooh, boom, there we go. And then these are the little bins. And then this is it. Okay, I'll show you the things that these are supposed to be. I'm having so much fun not doing what we were supposed to be doing, you guys. Okay, so these are like our inventory bins. These are the bins that we put our craft along subscription stuff in. So it's like this stuff, this is like our shipping bin. So like organza bugs, like tape and stuff. So these things are going to be over here. Do you see? That's a bin, like, and that's a drawer. And then these are like stacked shipping boxes and stuff. So we're gonna have, that's gonna be our shipping station. Because we only ship 1 day a week, and so we'll be able to use either of these work surfaces, or we might set up, there's certainly enough space to set up a 6-foot table in the middle of the room. It'll be cumbersome, but we can totally do it. And so that was my plan whenever it's sewing time, is I will just set up a 6-foot table and then come over here to this desk and sew, because I like this desk because it's very sturdy. It's good for hammering on. The sewing machine can go full speed and it's not shaking the whole table. But another thing we were doing last night is we were planning where the camera placements were going to be and stuff for whenever we're streaming out of the room. And we decided we're going to move the easel and paint cart to the upstairs. Probably we might put the easel in this corner in the living room, though it may also be in the dining room. I don't know. We'll have to see. I think it'll be in the living room, but I'm just so excited, you guys, for the new house and all the new, it's everything we've worked towards for the past like decade. And I hope it goes good. Kitsune says the trash all over the floor and overflowing the trash cans. Do you have... Okay. ADHD for the win. Yes. Oh, well, thanks, Maxine. Ooh, Alabama house chat. Yeah, good luck getting me to shut up about that for the next 20 years. Like, I'm so excited. Kitsune says, we need to move me downstairs, so that's going to be an adventure. Okay. Is that a bigger room or a smaller room? 2, everything of value is stored on the desk with no wall storage and 1 roller cart. Okay. Well, hey, Candy, how are you doing today? And then, okay, so for number 1, Joette says I need to tie a trash can around my waist like an apron. Maybe I should use my waist apron as a mobile trash can. 100%. Whenever I'm out in the garden, I call it my kangaroo pouch. But one of the sun shirts that I wear has like a big old hoodie pouch on it, and I will just stow trash in there. Same with my overalls. I've got a pocket that it's like if I see a little bit of trash, I just put it in there. And so wearing a mobile trash can is not a bad idea, Joette. It's really not. And then no medium organization, dragon eye painting, sculpting, and beading all goes together because apparently I hate myself. Okay. Candy says, so you can make chainmail sometimes when I'm not lollygagging and running around. Yeah. Well, and where today's live stream is supposed to be about the craft along kit, and these are some of the projects that you can make with the materials that are in your craft along kit. So I wanted to show you guys how you can make a Celtic Visions bracelet, which is a lot of fun, and you can kind of see if you bring that around, that's essentially one of the Celtic stars, Celtic Vision stars. And then, well, thank you, Candy. So number 1, Kitsune. You say the trash all over the floor and overflowing the trash cans. Is your trash can super tiny? Or do you have like is your problem that the trash can is too small? Or is your problem that you don't take the trash out enough? Because I found in our craft room, our trash cans have to be big enough that they can accept whatever trash we put in them, and we only change them out the once a week. Now, the only one that isn't like that is the kitchen trash, but that's the only thing that gets like stinky, dirty stuff in it. Everything else is like empty water bottles or packaging or things like that. Oh, I'm using, well, that ring's gone, bright aluminum today, so it's very easy on the hands. But yeah, making sure that the trash cans were large enough to accommodate the amount of trash that I was generating in a certain spot over the course of a week. Because I don't want to change it and have to take it out to the can. And, so, like, what we do is once a week, Randy and I will go through. We 2-man job everything. Like, but it gets it done in such a nice, efficient way. And, you know, it gets it done, you know. It's bigger, thankfully. Right on. Well, girl, change your trash. Get in there, boy. Like, it's horrible and unpleasant, but maybe if it's something that you do at the beginning of the day or at the end of the day, just do it like it's a gift to your future self. The arms for the rings you're using? I'm not certain what that means. Misty says, would go up the wall for storage like shelves or shelving unit. Use your space that you have versus just desk only. That is a really good idea. That is a good idea. So the rings that we're using today, the large rings are 16 gauge, 5/16 of an inch. So that's our large rings with an aspect ratio of 5. And then our smaller rings, pardon me, excuse me, are 18 gauge, 3/16. So that's an aspect ratio of 4. Now, oh, here's another question. Is the trash can so big that, like, because I've developed, like, bird wrists. Like, if I pick up anything heavy, it hurts in my elbows. So, uh, if the trash can's too big, I won't change it out. So just find whatever your favorite way is. But the important part is you've gotta empty the trash can. Didn't there used to be a button on YouTube to refresh your life so you're not behind? Yes, but I don't know where that is nowadays, unfortunately. I got this little paper with a Chainmail Joe bag of rings, but you can also get a very similar chart for free at theringlord.com. They have a ring size chart. If you just give it a search online, it'll come up. Hey, we do's it. We are working on some Celtic visions from this month's craft along kit. We started by making like a little 1-1 chain with the large and small rings. I tried it with 2. It's too much. It doesn't lay correctly on the inside. So if you're using your own rings, I might recommend going with, for this horizontal ring that'll be like in the middle, using a 16 gauge 3/16 instead of a 18 gauge 3/16. Right on. Is it really? Well, I just want to be helpful to you. I must. You can do it. And sometimes, okay, I trick myself with pieces of candy. Like, I make up all sorts of rules to be like, if I empty the trash, then I can have a piece of candy. But you have to, like, make yourself not just have, not just have the candy without emptying the trash can. So it takes, I call it self-parenting. It's like I have to be Mama Vaughn for a little bit and make me clean my room, but it's a gift to my future self. Like tomorrow, Vaughn is gonna be so glad I did my shit today. So hopefully, hopefully that can be helpful. So cherry pick what's useful to you and leave the rest. Mm-hmm. Ooh, Laura says, I made 4 stars with the kit. Nice. As soon as I finish this bracelet, I want to show y'all how I like to splice the stars together into like a really big extravagant necklace. Do you think you're going to be putting them up in your next event, Laura? Dragged the bar and it popped up. Ah, okay, right on, Steffi Joe. And then as far as organizing goes, there is a little bit of, there's no clean immediate fix. Close-up tutorial. Zoom in. Zoom. Okay. I got you, Elise. So, the trick with being zoomed in is being in frame. How's that do it for you? So I'm just hooking that ring through all 3. Ooh, Steffi Joe, I did actually. I updated our Amazon list. There's some things on there, but I kind of wanted to be selfish and greedy and ask for a housewarming present. It could just like you, if y'all could like send me a picture, like an email, if we ever have any pictures of us together, or just something that you don't mind me getting made into a print, because we're gonna have room in the home, in our new home, uh, to be able to put up pictures on the walls of like family and friends. I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit. And so if anybody wants to give us a housewarming gift, I would love like a picture of like you in your craft room, or like us together if you were able to come to the camp along or something. But that'd be like that'd be awesome. That would make my day. But just know I'm gonna have pictures of you in my house after that, so it is a medium trash can. Right on. Right on. Ooh, one is a pendant and I'm making a necklace of the other 3. Oh, that's gonna be cool. Oh no. Oh, y'all, if I've been missing your comments, I'm so sorry. I have had it in top. Creeper, Vaughn, right? I don't mean to be weird, I'm Stam. All right, so I'm hooking here and here. Consistency is important. Picking up a little ring, and then I'm just hooking through kind of on the diagonal from that first ring that we added, because we're just repeating the same like 6 rings now. But do you see how they're opposite of each other? And so now we'll be able to come through on the other side and on the other side. Country road, take me home to a place. Oops. But yeah, as far as the stuff on the Amazon list goes, we're gonna try to not buy any more stuff until we get moved, just because otherwise we're just gonna have to take it off screen. Yep. Thank you guys for letting me know when I wander out of frame so I can get back in. So, in case you missed it, whether it's from the first link or the last link, we have our core. Ooh, okay. Oh, that's a good idea, Misty. Make a new list called Alabama Home or something so people know it's stuff for your new home, but don't post it until after you move, of course. Right on. And then we're going to put an open ring or a closed ring onto our open ring and hook through. Then another one on that side. Look at me, I'm in frame. And then just taking it by the ends. Blah, 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 blah. Oop, that's not the correct way. Oh my goodness, my hand stopped working. Gotcha, Misty says, unless it's stuff you need to move, like totes or taper stuff. No, I hadn't really put too much thought towards that just yet. We've been saving boxes for a while. There we go. Finally got it to lay correctly. Sometimes you gotta fight with it. That's how you become Lord of the Rings. I love that. Oh, right on. No, I just added it to the same, like, Back to Earth Creations monster vlog list we've always had. But we've been saving boxes. We usually keep packaging tape in stock, just for shipping purposes. But we'll probably need to get another roll. But that was hashtag after dragon. Oh, we're fixing to do our last one. But look at that, coming together so nice. Misty says, I know I said it, but the totes were and still have been amazing because could stack them really well and stuff crushes less easily than if in boxes, and also after the move I've been able to use. I am very tempted towards totes, and fortunately we have a bunch already. And most of the things that we keep in storage here in our home, we have stored in totes. But man, we're gonna free up a whole lot of space just for, I still have all of our papers and like tax forms and receipts and stuff from like 2006, so I don't need all of them. So I'm gonna be purging some of that. We're gonna have a big old what, you're allowed to burn stuff from your taxes from like over 7 years ago, right? Like I can get rid of those receipts now. Please no one give me bad advice because I will listen to it. Somebody told me like, yeah, you can touch a compass with a magnet. And I was like, oh really? And it totally busted the compass. Keep 10 years just in case. Okay. Okay. I'll be sure to do that. But that still removes like quite a few, like at least 10 totes worth of No, it's 7. Oh, okay. Ooh, Merrick says we used totes for our move as well. Definitely recommend. Right on. Wandered a bit off screen. Okay, I'm gonna. Whoa. Are y'all able to touch your screens and zoom in? That didn't really seem to be the case, does it? Okay. Misty says, I know it's 7, but I like to be extra careful. Yeah, no, Compass is trying for magnetic north. Yeah, but I still listened to him, Holly, so what can you do? You can scam them in the computer and burn them all. Ah. And see, as we started keeping digital receipts in like 20, I don't know, a while ago. Because like the bank we buy everything online. So we have the transactions, and so, no, we can't zoom. Okay, that lets me know. Randy, you did a really good job on this, babe. It's comfy. Well, y'all, we made a bracelet. So let us see if we were making a necklace, then we could come in, and there's a couple of different ways that we can attach things. So I'm not going to make a new Celtic star pendant. I'm just going to scavenge this one. If you're concerned about over 7 years ago tack records, scan the things and keep the file on the computer and have a dedicated flash drive for backup. That's a good idea. And we have a scanner, but I bet I could just use my phone and just take pictures. Listen to military peeps. We aren't stupid. Our lives have depended on compasses. Right on. Ooh, Steffi Joe says, do you need bubble wrap or wrapping paper? I have loads. I hoard those as well. So, like, I think we're good, but future Vaughn, post Dragon Con Vaughn, is going to have a much better idea about what we need. Phone, yep. The future is now. So, we're going to come in, and I'm going to join off the ends on here. So, pretend like this one is as long as that one, you guys. We're pretending real hard here. So, I'm going to come through and hook onto that, and then I'm going to hook onto that, and then I'm going to close it. And then I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to do it again. Wow, right on, Cass. I use my phone to scan everything from receipts to medical records. Nice. But yeah, I'd like to get all of our paper hoarding converted into digital hoarding. Because your girl's going to hoard, one way or the other. I'm going to find a way. And so now I'm doing that same thing on the other end. Right on, Holly. Now I have this one oriented where it's going to have a point hanging down that has like a drop. But you could have brought it up around this way if you wanted it to be a star, and you could do like multiple in a line and have like little chain drapies coming off of them. Country road, take me home. And I'm going to see if I can fit this in. Just experimenting. Z-Dog. He's so itchy today. Poor sweet baby. I think it's time to give him another bath. There's supposed to be even apps that give you money or coupons for using them to scan your receipts. Oh, okay. I don't use a lot of stuff on the phone if I can help it, just because again, with my elbow hurting, anytime that I'm holding my phone, it's just exacerbating the pain that I'm in. I can hear Randy going, in 2 more rings. Z and Ember in their elder years have both gotten very pushy about when they want attention. Okay, so now I'm doing that same Celtic Visions. And he's real good at being pitiful and acting neglected. Yeah. That's Z-Dog. He got out of his cone and chewed himself on his hip. He's got a new like little cancer bump, and he chewed it raw. So now he's in quite a bit of distress. And when he wants someone to itch his butt, he'll just come over and yell at us until we itch his butt for him. More workplace hostility. It's Randy whining. No, no, Randy's been a really great sport about all this. So this can make it look really, really dense, but that might be what you're looking for. So if y'all are enjoying today's live stream, I'm going to be live streaming again this afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time over on kick.com, where there's no ads. Well, let's see if we can get it. Oh, it's because I only needed one ring. 3 to 6 today on Kick. No ads. We'll be able to play music and stuff without copyright infringement complications. And we'll be doing leatherworking. Okay, so I only want to do, if I were just joining it together, heck yeah, I'm doubling up on that ring because I think that's just cute. Steffi Joe says, go ahead and let it out, Randy. I whine all the time. Oh. I'm afraid that if Randy let it out instead of bottled it up, he'd just be inconsolable. He'd be like, ooh. Him and the dog both. Which Z does not take being, not that we were mocking him, but we were like whining back too. And he went into almost a full-on howl mode of just like, ooh, leather. Yep, we are making, that's another part of, okay, another side quest. Here we go, adventure time. Look at that dog chewing on his feet. Foot chewer. But yeah, he just gets these little bumps. And then he just wants to chew on them. You did a really good job on the mantle, baby. This is what Randy got all prepped up. And then he's weaving that. But I'm going to show you my shame. Are you ready? Ugh, all right. So, there's my beans. That's my bean collection. This is my shame. But we've started cleaning out this room. We're going to have to put that up on like Facebook Marketplace or something because it does one job every couple of months. We use it to cut tissue paper and that's it. And so it's too big and heavy. But most of our stuff is already stored, you can see, in totes and in drawers. So I just need to get the things that are loose figured out. I need to organize everything that's in the drawers. Ooh, let's see what's in the kiln. I haven't checked on these. Ooh. Oh, yeah, baby. Look at these cabochons. Do. So yeah, this is how we make the cabochons that you can expect to get in your craft along kits. Ooh, I'm gonna be using those today. But yeah, like, so we've got stuff, like there's my chopstick collection. I've been looking for these bad boys. Ooh, some pine cones. Hello, pine cones. Naked mannequins. I have all this leather. I don't want to have to take it to Alabama. We gotta make stuff out of it. More naked mannequins. This is very off-putting. But yeah, so again, a lot of the stuff is already, we just need to put it on the moving vehicle and like go. Does anybody need a tutu? Like, this is for sale if anybody wants a tutu. But yeah, so it's like our shipping stuff. We're getting worked through on that. I need to catalog all of those. We've got a whole bunch of shadow boxes. But yeah, it's all mostly already in totes is just how we do our storage. But we're going to get that leather turned into, we're going to get all that leather turned into leather goods in our booth at Dragon Cons that hopefully we can turn them into money and then use that money to move to Alabama. So yeah, so that's what we're going to be working on today, is cutting up a bunch of that leather into mini corsets. Yeah, that is the tutu I made for me, and then it gets stuck in my chair, so I can't sit and craft in it, and so it's like, what's the good as a tutu? It gets stuck in your chair when you wear it, so it's my first world problems. I save all my chopsticks too, unused ones in the paper. Yep. It is a cool blue color, isn't it? Yep, glass cornography. It's a lot less shame than the last time you showed it. It is. It is shame on you. Say everybody just shame. Shame. Foot chewer is better than window licker. I had a dog that would lick my windows. You know, I hadn't thought of it that way. Those plastic bins will crush easily though, so just be careful. Right on. Yeah, we're gonna be putting them in boxes, I think, with like other things. Like probably like one drawer in a box and then fill in the rest of it with books. That way, it's not too heavy. Yeah, sell it at DragonCon. That's a good idea. Make sure to bleach those sticks. Why should I bleach the sticks? Hey, Dusty. Which sticks are we bleaching? Have some bleach. West Virginia, Mountain Mama. There we go. And that's looking pretty good. See, it just wasn't gonna fit whenever I had two there. If you used them to eat, oh, gotcha. No, they are unused chopsticks. Because it's anytime we go out to eat at like a restaurant that just gives you chopsticks, Randy doesn't use chopsticks, so I take his and put them in my purse. I use skewers all the time too. Right on. Is it like a pure bleach solution, or do I do like half and half bleach and water? So we're putting our big ring on there, and then hooking like that, and then coming through and going like that. And so if you're able to visualize, we could make a necklace that's 3 to 5 of these stars. Oh, I didn't put the other side on. Oops. Probably just a smidge. Half and half would be way too strong. Oh, okay. No, ones that I've eaten off of, usually I'll just use them as plant markers out in the garden. That way they'll just like rot down. I use a 10% bleach solution. Okay, you guys. Uh-oh. So this is the most fiddly part, I think, is getting this joined up like so. But it's worth it. Buddy. No work for Randy. Just doggy snuggles. Ooh, ooh, oh, it's on the floor. Hey, big boy. Oh, come and get some love. Yeah. You gonna rub on the the tripod? Woo. Yeah, you gonna rub on the tripod. Poor sweet boy. Had a toe nibbling chihuahua, you'd wake up to a wet foot whether you liked it or not. Oh. I miss them, but not walking with wet feet. I might have missed it, but with y'all's desks be closer so you don't have to yell as much and can craft easily together. Yes! Oh, okay. Missy, I'll show you. Because since we're moving, this has been a wonderful opportunity to like brainstorm to be like, how could we make what we currently do better? Because there's a lot of things that we just do just because it's the way it's been and that's the way it kind of grew, you know, in the house. Because like, and one of the things that Randy and I both were like, if we could be closer to each other, like I said, we like to two-man job everything, and I love being in the same room as him, and so now with us being, you know, we're just, what, 20 feet apart? Too far. Too far. So there we go. And also, if you're inclined to making hand flowers, I think this is a beautiful way to add a focal point that then can come down. Like if you can kind of visualize with me, you could do another one on the back of the hand. Or you could do a cabochon set in half Persian 3-in-1 coming down the back of the hand. Or just having this and then just some bead links coming down. But yeah, so lots of different, and also, if you can probably also visualize that as the center of a circlet. Now, anytime I make circlets, I really want to make sure that my closures are as good as they can be, because if it can get tangled in hair, it will get tangled in hair. But we're gonna show y'all the craft room. So, in the craft room, Randy's spot, I've triangulated it, and I will never be more, unless I'm over here, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll never be more than 10 feet away from Randy at any given moment. And there's central air in the upstairs, so that'll be coming down the steps. And I'm hoping, because the first floor, the basement, is like built into a hill, so it should be nice and cool. But we may end up getting more ductwork put in or another HVAC unit. We'll just see what we need. Or like a window unit in this room that we can leave that door open and have it circulating. But I think we'll be all right. So it won't be loud the way that it's loud here, where we always have the window units going. But yeah, the desk that I'm currently sitting at will be like right here. So off to my right will be Randy and I's shared work surface. This is going to be the metal shelving, but it's going to have my beads on it. So very much like that shelf that's over there next to Randy that has all the, just picture that, but over here with drawers like this on it. My pegboard with wire is going to be on the wall above that craft desk. And then these metal shelves are again going to be just like that in there, where it has like the Randy's shipping station. There's my finger. There, yeah. So the shipping station, and then the other materials and stuff that Randy and I both use. So like the chainmail rings, the findings like clasps and ear hooks and different things. Because welcome to my TED Talk. I could go on and on forever about what we've got going on here. So Randy doesn't do anything with beads unless I set it up for him and set him on to stringing. It's not in his heart to be like, ooh, I want to play with some beads today. And that's okay. I respect that. So all the beads are going to be over on my side of the craft room. And then my widow desk, and then our shared space, that's where we're going to have earring hooks, clasps, what is anything that Randy and I both might need access to. So like more chainmail rings, possibly more cabochons might be in between. So we're just going to let that evolve and be what it needs to be. But then also right here is going to be Randy's shipping station, because he'll be sitting in his spot. And then boop, 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 there's it's printed out, the shipping labels. And then I can be here taking the stuff, putting the stickers on it for shipping, and then putting it into like a done box. And so that flow is going to be so much more like flowing, and I'm excited about that. What other questions do you have about my future craft room? Because I will talk about this all day long. All day long. So I'm incorrigible. I'm so excited for you both. I'm also very pleased you're going to be closer to your family. Oh my God, Rachel, I am so excited. Like, I cannot wait. Because Randy's family is really cool. Like, I get along great with all of his aunts, and my sister-in-law is amazing, and Maddie's gonna be there, and Maddie's mama and her bubba. And so I'm thrilled. I can't wait to go back home. Do you see this? That's gonna be a bomb-ass circlet, isn't it? We need to put crystals and stuff on it. What are we gonna do? But also, I just think things look good on foreheads in general. So that one's a little large. That crystal's a little large for my taste. But we'll figure it out. Can't wait for this journey. Thank you for sharing it with us. Dude, anytime. It is, I'm so excited. This is a really big little, like that's too much. I need a much smaller dangle down just because if I were at the Ren Fair wearing this, I'd just be doing that the whole time. Whereas something like this, well, I think that's all right. I've got the forehead for this kind of circlet, don't I? I just think, because otherwise I got this like Vegeta hairline going on. I have a lot of real estate up there. So, gotta put some jewelry on it. Alright, I'm gonna check out, there we go. Excited a tad? A little bit, Cass. I'm a little excited. I finally got my new wooden drawer set up. Oh, Steffi Joe. So now I'm sorting my seed beads by color. That's a lot of fun. Just a few beads. Just a few. We have ceiling fans. There's going to be a ceiling fan in there and a light fixture in it. So I don't know what our... It is a walkout basement, Steffi Joe. It is. And I'm really excited about that. Closeness is key. Yep. Right on. We've heard them called slave bracelets. I prefer to call them hand flowers because we do a lot of family-friendly events, and I don't feel like explaining slave bracelets to like the, because there's a lot of like in like the BDSM communities that we used to vend to and stuff. I don't want to be explaining that to somebody's kid. So hand flowers. Oh, Cass says your excitement is very contagious. I'm squealing for you so much. Well, thank you guys. I'm really excited. Like it feels too good to be true. So until it happens, we're treating it like it's not happening, like it's not happened yet. Like it's going to take us being completely moved in, I think, before we both believe it. But we are going to keep practicing, like we're doing like practice mortgage payments down into a separate bank account to like make sure that we can afford to make that payment each month in addition to maintaining the household here, because we don't know how long this house is going to sell or how long it's going to take for this house to sell. Oh, ceiling fans help so much. I love ceiling fans. It has wall outlets. It has ceiling fans. It has lights in the ceiling. It has modern electricity. Like the house was built in the 1970s. We still have knob and tube electrical through most of the house, and our whole house, we don't have a breaker box. We have a fuse box that has 4 fuses for the whole house. Moved in and first mortgage payment and a pinch. Then it's real. Yep. Yep. You've ended... yeah, you can just search them. We had found out about them. We didn't know. We just thought it was a regular convention. Well, good thing we're free spirits because we showed up and we were like, oh my goodness. Oh my. And so... But everybody at the convention thought it was adorable that they were like, oh, vanilla. And I'm like, what does that mean? And so they explained that and I was like, Jesus Christ. And so, but they're super cool. They love chainmail bikinis. And I love making chainmail bikinis. I did back in the day before my wrists hurt from, oh my, yes. But it was, you go to these conventions and they just have, used to, like this was before everybody had a website and a Facebook page, they would just have flyers out promoting their events. And I didn't know what lifestyle meant. Now I do. So we were giggling all weekend. We made some of our best friends there. They're fantastic people. We used to vend furry events as well, which are so much fun. So that's whenever we were doing our like hand brushed like foxtails and stuff. That was the venue for us. Best rave I've ever been to was at a furry convention in Atlanta. Good lighting is a must, especially for old eyes. Yes, and that's the thing. The biggest thing that I'm like, is because right now I've got this great big window I get to look out while I'm crafting. It does good lighting that does me all sorts of favors. But I still have this like bar light here above me. So you can see it makes a really big difference. But having that lighting, I just saw a bug. Having that lighting, we did know ahead of time that it was a furry convention, but I mean, I thought it was cool. It was a lot of fun. What am I looking at? Okay, so this is our craft room, right? There are no windows in this room. So one of the first like we have extra money, like it's gonna be manifesting my best future where we have extra money. Um, I'm gonna be putting in different doors that have windows in them. That way we can have some natural lighting coming through, and I think that'll be really nice. Um, though we might be able to just add like a screen door or something. I don't know, like a storm door, so we can open up those doors and have all sorts of light, and then just close them, and it'll be good. So, but I'll have to take a closer look at the door frame because I don't know any of that, you know. Um, but every other room has at least one window in it, which is phenomenal because lots and lots and lots of natural lighting. So we have 5 more minutes on today's live stream. Do y'all have? Life says been aware of it for quite a long time, but to show up unknowing is probably interesting and so glad it went well. Yeah, super cool folks. But yeah, like French doors or something, but I don't know how much that'll cost or if it'll be a good idea. But that's the only thing that I'm like, we gonna have to get some natural lighting up in there just because I love spying on the yard. Like, I notice that every time I go to the restroom here, I'm like looking out the window, spying on my chickens and stuff, and almost every single window has a fantastic view of either the front yard or the backyard or one of the side yards. Like, it's a 2 acre property and it's surrounded by woods. And then the street that we're on, because like here we've got like a two-way street that like we're like in town. Um, the street that we're gonna be living on like dead ends. So unless you live on that road, you don't have any business being on that road. So there's like the whole time we were there, like taking measurements of the yard and stuff, not a single car went by. It was nice. Yeah, so I am so excited for the garden, you guys. Like, I think, yeah, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put in the herb garden because I'd like to take my time with me. I've got a bunch of thyme plants that I'd like to like dig up and bring with me. My hostas that are gonna have to be under cages because the deer, I don't know how bad the deer are gonna be, but I am just bracing myself for them being terrible. So protect my hostas at all cost. I have a whole bunch of lilies that I'd like to bring with me if I can, and if I can dig up any of the daffodils and bring those with me. But we had such a cold spell last year, late, or this spring we had a really late cold spell that just killed some of my lilies who were already coming up. So I don't know if those bulbs are still viable, but if I can, I'm going to try to take on my lemon balm. I'm definitely taking cuttings of all of my different varieties of mint and my Jerusalem artichokes. And so that herb garden right out the front door is going to be a really nice spot to just hold things until I'm ready to plant them out into the broader garden. But we have grand ambitions that over the next probably 20 years, we will be able to turn the whole 2 acres into like a sculptural exhibit botanical garden. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, and just I don't know. They should be if they were well established. Okay, protect the hostas at all costs. Call me shocked. Your name is giving away a smidge. Ah, okay. Where are you going to coop your chickens on the new property? Rachel, that's a really good question. I think we're going to be doing it off of the broad side of the garage. Just because. Do you want to see the plan? I can show you the plans. um, okay, so the measurements didn't work out because I drew this before we went to the property and got measurements. But you can kind of visualize. Yeah, I already know what tarp I want to get for tarping, though we might not go that route. So the shed is like a 20 by 20. I would love to build, this is not a picture of the shed, but it's similar. I would love to build some sort of lean-to. Probably doesn't need to be on a concrete pad, but Randy and I have poured concrete together before, and it wasn't so bad. It might be really nice though, but I don't know. Either way, we're gonna put some sort of lean-to over. This is the chicken coop design. It's a 4 foot by 8 foot because I never keep more than 5 birds, not for long. And this would be large enough to keep like 10 birds in. But we do already have woo, um, the dog kennel that is a 10 by 10. We already have that, and it will fit on the U-Haul, so we'll be bringing that with us. So having shown you these things here, this is the chicken coop. That chicken coop specifically. Ooh, it's 1 p.m. So I'm going to finish showing you this and we're going to log. These are the feed bins. More feed bins. These are my rabbit enclosures. And then around this is where we'd be putting there's one side of the 10 by 10, two sides of the 10 by 10, and one side of the 10 by 10 built onto the side of the shed. So that way we will have a predator proof, because I'm going to be doing the wire fence buried so that critters can't be digging in, bothering my chickens. Oh, and all my comfrey. We're bringing all the comfrey too. All the comfrey. Um, and so yeah, we'll have the chickens kind of, and I'll be able to see them out. Let me think. What windows will I be able to see the chickens out of in the new house? Any of them. Bedroom, both the bathrooms, the kitchen window, which that's going to make my day, just being like at the sink, being able to like spy on my chickens, and then out of the dining room windows too. So I'm like so happy that I'll be able to spy on the chickens. I hope you have this on the other video too. I need more info. Right on. Yeah, it's the Back from Alabama first look at new house vlog that we posted here recently. That'll be pretty cool. See the birds. Yeah, well, I like being able to spy on them from a climate controlled environment. So that's my alarm too, says Laura. Right on. Did you take prevailing winds and sun into account? Um, I didn't take winds into account very much just because I'm so used to being it. It's been nonstop windy for 13 years here in Missouri. So I'm already like in the habit of over caging things that need support and like upright supports and stuff with that. But the whole house is facing south, so having the overhangs and stuff, that'll be pretty good. But I'll definitely have to keep that in mind as I consider more. Consider the nice metal raised beds, a bit of investment but easier to maintain, and they do last like 20 years. And the taller ones are great for when you're older and don't want to be kneeling down. Right on. Close to the house or on your lawn? Yeah, we think we'll have them by the garage. That way they've got that solid wall. Right on. You need a camera on them that you can see when you're filming. I know. I don't know what kind of camera to get though, but excuse me. So today in our Kick live stream, you guys, we are streaming from 3 to 6 p.m. And we're gonna have, actually there's a hummingbird at the feeder right now, but we're gonna have the hummingbird cam set up so that we can be spying on some hummingbirds together in today's live stream. And my hope is that one day, whenever we're at the new house, ooh, Randy just got ooh, I like the green one too, baby. He just finished another. He's powering through these, you guys. So also, just picture that. Do you see, Randy?
Oh yeah.
You like it? Oh, it makes me feel so pretty. Okay, a ring camera works well for us as it works by movement. I'll have to look into that. That's a really good idea. So, oh, don't buy cameras. Message me later. Okay, Steffi Joe. But my hope is you'll see on our kick stream we have like a whole third window just for spying on the hummingbirds, and I'd love if they were like motioned like woo, and it would change it to where now we're looking at the turtle pond. Change it, now we're looking at the chickens. That way I can be crafting and spying on my garden simultaneously. Like that's just everything I've ever wanted my whole life. So movement trail cams work too. Right on. Laura says, do you sell that style of necklace? We've sold one to Barbie so far, but we haven't put them up on the website. And we sold some out of the booth at like Anime St. Louis, but we don't have them up on the website yet. We're going to be debuting them at DragonCon this year. And I'm very excited for that because, again, there we go. Just getting it to lay correctly. Once it gets those support chains through the side here, it holds its shape a little better. But, well, thank you guys. But yeah, I'm going to let you guys go. Hopefully we will see you in this afternoon's live stream where we're going to be doing some leatherworking and other crafts. Ooh, because let me show you before we go. This is another necklace design that we're making for DragonCon. And I might be making some of these in today's live stream as well. So if you want to see how to learn how to make these. I just thought that would be super cute, like for a necklace, you know? Okay, we'll talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Have a great rest of your day and happy crafting. Mwah. Bye.